Hello. Welcome to this second live stream. Welcome, welcome. I'm Marie. I'm here with my sister Natalie. And if you might have seen us last week, we were teaching Natalie how to set up her journal and her weekly agenda. And a lot of you were asking for round two, so I thought it would be fun to let's keep the party going. Let's keep teaching Natalie how to use Notion. So, Natalie, nice to see you again.
Yeah.
I'd love to see what has changed in your space or I know one of the cool ideas that came up last week was the idea of the gallery of feelings, and I just loved your approach to that. I'd love to see, have you been using your agenda? Have you been using your journal? What's been going on? And maybe give us a little update of your space.
I have been using it on and off. I did go out of town this week, so there was a few days in the journal that I missed, but I'm trying to integrate that into my system, if you will. So I did use it for the few days that I was not that I was here, and then my gallery of feelings. I'm not done. Lots more feelings to go, but some days you just feel like a lumpy space princess. So I've got lumpy space princess. There is literally an Adventure Time scenario for every single feeling. And this one here, I thought this one might be interesting for folks who have ADHD because there are sometimes when I feel like I'm too much, or I can see in their eyes that I'm too much and I don't know how to bring it down. So I get stuck in this like talking too much and overwhelmed, and then I'm like, and luckily I have my husband who also has ADHD, and sometimes he could just be like, he just puts his hand on my knee and he's like, okay, he's like, we need to bring it down a little. I'm like, yes, okay. Whew. But I know sometimes I can be too much, and then that's why I chose Marceline with Finn and Jake, because they're like, hey. This is how I imagine it's like for people who don't have ADHD, who don't have the
Don't
same level of it.
understand you.
And then, of course, I have this one. It's not Adventure Time, but I saw this and I thought of you,
Oh,
Marie,
wow.
because
Thank you.
well, it's from our childhood. Like, it reminds me of our childhood.
I'm sure you can find a picture
Wow.
of it.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
anyways, powerful, naked Princess Bubblegum, because that makes me feel powerful. Sultry, when they kiss, I love that. It makes me happy. The silly one. That's Rowan, my son, and I. He's 10. We laugh so hard at this one all the time.
And have you been
There's
actually
time.
connecting it up with your journal too?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I got it up here. Elated, brokenhearted, that stuff there. The only thing is, I felt like there was a lot of clicking, like to get to where I want to get. Like, not all of my journal entries are here. Like 26, where's 27, 28, 29, 30? And is that only when I
So look at your filter there, the past 7 days.
I don't have a filter.
That's true, you don't have a filter. So you don't need is within the past month as well as in the past week. So I would remove the second filter, but yeah, you won't see any that are beyond today, I guess. So
I
have
just
you?
I just want like the week in like the 1 week that I'm working on.
Yep. So you usually you would click into the current week. So you have them favorited on the left-hand side, right? The 24th to the 30th.
I do. Look at that. This one here?
Well, the 24th to 30th is still the current week, right? Or I guess we're. Jeez.
I'd say so or not.
So if you
Oh yeah.
so if you scroll down into your week, you should see your like board of journal entries, right? So I almost always go to my week that is automatically filtered to only see those current agenda entries.
Okay.
Um,
Like
someone said sort.
why
She needs a sort.
yeah, because like up here I've got my little mermaid lady,
Yep.
but for these ones I don't have my mermaid lady.
Okay, so
And
let's go to your August 27th. Click on
just click on
or
it.
either that one above or below where it says under Thursday, August 27th.
Okay.
And when you scroll down, I think you haven't applied the template yet. So scroll down,
Oh, okay, okay.
right? Dear Diary. And you've got all your good stuff in there.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay.
And by the way, my sister can't see the comments, so I'll try and keep an eye on those and read them out. So Esme said she uses her gallery of feelings every day. Esme, I loved your post on Twitter about that too. Loving the
That was
Adventure Time theme. Awesome. So yeah, it's like you have to remember as you open up your week, add your new entries, apply the template, and you're good to go.
Am I doing that through here, right? Through this here?
Yeah,
So I'll create a week, favorite it, and then it pops up here, and then I can go into here and apply my templates.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we can still also allow you to see those journal entries on your dashboard, like Nathalie's dashboard, if you want to as well. But when I'm creating them, I tend to create them within the week, and that way they'll automatically be assigned to the correct week.
Whatever that means, I want to do that.
Well, if you create a new week in your weekly agenda, and then you create your every journal entry in the week, they'll automatically be connected. So we can do it again if you want to like see what it feels like. Okay, let's create a new week from, September, whatever, 6 or whatever it is. Just so I know it's like a habit to build, right? You're like, okay, what do I do next? What's the next
Exactly.
thing to do?
That's
Yeah.
the habit to build. So I appreciate the hand holding. I'm just applying all my templates. Yeah, I have a big week coming up this week. It's
The school stuff or
my daughter's moving away from home.
no big deal, yeah.
It's fine. Right.
So those are all connected. Awesome. So you see all the mermaids in the top, they're all connected.
Yeah.
And so let's check out your August 31st to September as well to see if you created those entries as well. Right. So I see you. So you've only created August 31st and Marie's birthday, right? So if you scroll down and enter all of the different dates, apply your template.
Wait, how am I adding all the dates?
Yep. So add a new entry under Tuesday. That's
Okay.
going to be September 1st. And notice see, it's already connected to August 31st and September 2nd.
Yes, okay.
And you can see at the top there, right? August 31st. So as soon as you're entering those, they're already connected.
Okay, perfect.
And then you'll just need to make sure to open it, click on that mermaid template when you're ready to use it, and that will apply your template for you.
Perfect, okay.
And I know like it's a new habit, right? So it'll take you some time to like, okay, what's the next thing to do? But I think it'll start to, as you get into a rhythm of it, it'll start to make a bit more sense.
Perfect. Friday, Saturday, September. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Good.
And then again, we can improve the sort if you need to on your dashboard so that if you did just want to see those journal entries. But I usually favorite the current week. That way I can jump into it. Oh no, you have 2 entries in Tuesday.
I do.
You can, on the top, just delete that.
Cool beans.
Cool. Okay, so you got your gallery feelings. You've got your journal set up. I know it was kind of a busy week, so we maybe weren't using it super consistently yet, which is fine.
Martin keeps laughing. My cover page.
So what's the next step for us to work on? What do you want to learn? I know you mentioned your food database and stuff, but what would be helpful for you?
I would like to work on the food database. I'd also like to make, there we go. Yeah,
Look at that. Beautiful.
There we go. That's what I want. So is it just going to pass through like the 24th will drop off and then the first will come in?
Just based on this filter anyway, which is the past 7 days. You could always change it to be like past month or past 2 weeks or whatever.
Okay, that works for me. Yeah, and I want to just kind of make this area look a little bit, I don't know, less janky. I want it to have a little bit more flow.
Yeah.
I love these so much. I'm still working on that gallery. So
yeah. So what would you like? I mean, we could turn that weekly into a gallery view as well, so that you can actually see like the past month, but only see the cover images or that sort of thing.
Sure.
Okay. So go to your weekly, hover over weekly, and on the right-hand side, click on those 3 dots.
Okay.
Okay. Turn into inline.
Inline.
Okay, and then there you go. So then let's adjust the view, maybe to make those smaller if you want to.
And that's in here, right? Properties.
Properties, yep. Okay, card size.
See, I'm a pro. I'm a pro. This is cool.
No, you're picking it up very quickly. I'm quite impressed, sister. I might even turn off the name because otherwise you're having like that duplication of the dates. So if you just want to turn off, basically turn off the date property on this view. Yeah,
Properties again?
and then turn off name. Or sorry,
Name?
date. Well, one or the
Date?
other, basically. Yeah. Perfect.
Oh no, yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, that's better.
And that way you can create a new week from here if you want to. Like you don't have to click into week and then click a new one. You can, make a new one here and apply that weekly template, and it's going to bring in all of those like journal entries in the body kind of thing. So,
Okay.
okay. So what else do you? I guess when you arrive here, what do you want to see? Is it like inspirational image? Is it the weekly agenda? Is it the feelings? Like what's the kind of first thing that you want to have happen?
I like the inspirational image. I like that idea.
Yep.
But I'm just not sure. Like, I just want this to all look kind of nice. Like, I've got my gallery of feelings down here, which is great,
Yep.
but it's like, and then the lines up top, and then another gallery, like inline, whatever. To me, it still looks a little clunky. I just want it to look, I don't know what I want, but I want it to look nice.
Damn it, Natalie. You're like
Yeah.
every design client's worst nightmare. I'll know it when I see it. Just make it look pretty. Okay, let
You know
me
what?
see.
You know what I've realized? It's because I do everything by feeling.
Oh,
And so for me, it's like it doesn't feel right, but I can't convey what it is that I need to make it
I
look
know.
good. But I'll know it when I feel it.
I can so relate to that. The feelings part of it. It's just you kind of, yeah, figure it out as you go, and like that feels right. So let me check. I guess you haven't added me to your dashboard, so I can't necessarily mess around in it with you. But
Do you want me to add you?
um, yeah, maybe add my Marie at We Are Okie Dokie. And I might be in there if you've added me as a member or whatever. Oh, there we go. Add me. You have to actually click on my name and then say for Ken edit. Yeah, I think that's probably enough privileges.
Yep.
Give it the wow factor, Ellen says. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to make sure to check the comments because I went through and read through all the comments last time and I felt bad because I'm like I could answer questions but I can't see the so
Okay, so can you see my cursor moving around in here?
nope. I see that you're in here. Oh, there you are. Yes, I see your cursor.
Okay, cool.
It's literally it's like a little Marie jumping around.
It's me. Okay, so yeah, part of it's like figuring out what you actually want to do here to make it more functional. If I adjust,
Yes.
okay, yeah, you can see that. If I am adjusting like the size of we don't need to see your tags daily because that's implied. Feelings is probably something that you do want to see, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to see this in a gallery view instead of like to see those daily pictures? Would that be?
See, I like that idea, but I really like the list view. I really enjoy the list view. So I think for now I'll leave it like this and I'll play around with gallery view later.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like the journal as the list view.
Okay, and then gluten-free
Then I
kind of
can
gets. I know, like sometimes what you can do is like a table of contents where it's like my week, my day, whatever, and then you can link those up as well to the things below on your page. You could make this page full width.
Does Notion know no bounds?
It knows no bounds, my sister. It could do anything you imagine. Okay, what else? Let's give this a bit of space between these different items. Oh, okay. And what else? There's so much we can do, but obviously we need to get a sense of what's going to be useful for you.
I
And
love
what-
the gluten area, like for dinners, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I just don't have any fucks to give for cooking, and if I can just throw up a quick meal or grab something off a master dinner list or whatever, then
Yeah.
it just makes it easier, and then I don't, decide to not eat because it's easier.
Would it be helpful to have those recipes right on this dashboard? Like if I paste this database here, and there might be a little bit of a delay in terms of you seeing what I'm doing here, but
That's good. Cool.
okay, perfect. Yeah, so maybe we could pull in, like, could this dashboard be a place where you can do all that stuff without having to like click into it and go deeper, or
That would be awesome.
yeah. So how?
I'm get tired of all the clicking, right? You
Yeah.
click here, you bring it there, and I'm like, just fucking show me.
Okay,
Okay, sorry, I'm.
so swear bear. People had fair warning. Okay, so you were told.
You knew what this was.
Okay. Did they though? I don't know if they knew. Okay, so if you click on table view, I don't know if gallery view, like I find gallery view is prettier on the gluten-free recipes table view there. You can click on table view to change it to gallery view. Like, is it helpful to see it like this with,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then maybe you can
Yeah.
say
I
like
like that a lot, actually.
related to journal or like, what is this kind of thing. Yeah, I've gone full page, Esme, but I don't know if you can tell, maybe because of Natalie's screen resolution or something. So Natalie, if you collapse your sidebar on the top left, you might be able to see more of that full page look. No, not there.
Hold on a second.
Sorry, I'm like, don't close. If you hover over the Notion sidebar,
Yes. Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yep, you can collapse. There's probably a shortcut for that too.
Is that
And
better, everyone?
yeah, that might be a little better, or even like making that smaller, like making the
Making these small?
yeah.
Oh, did you just do that
I
with
did
your
that.
wizardry?
I did.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So, and maybe thinking about like what is your flow throughout the day? Are you deciding what to eat first? Are you making your journal entries first, or like what's kind of your order of operations, if you will?
My order of operations would be to probably. I'm warring with myself between a smartass comment and the truth. I would probably want my weekly first. Yeah.
Okay. So like, and you might even want to create some instructions for yourself where you've got like, or I mean, you've got all sorts of funny sayings or whatever, like nom nom and whatever. It's almost like I'm like ready to start the week, but for you, you might have something that's a little more you, right?
Light a fire now under your ass.
Like, get to work or whatever. Get to work.
Where are you?
I am above your weekly agenda. Can you see?
Are you in my dashboard?
I am.
Where is she?
Oh, there you are. Okay, there.
She's in your system.
Oh my god.
So
My husband is here, guys.
Oh.
Like I
She's
wonder.
hacking the.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, I mean toggles could help too. But it seems like Natalie, you like sort of having those visuals like that you can kind of scan through and like see all your pretty pictures and stuff.
Yes.
So I wonder about even creating like maybe a fun table of contents. Obviously, we'll change the wording and the emojis, but where you could actually link this text to the spot below. So it's like start a new week, eat healthy, get to work, like get into your feelings,
Yeah.
right? And then you could click on that and it would take you lower on the page, something like that.
Yes, sort of like an outline, like best, yes, yes. Oh, I love that. I love that.
So, wow. So why don't you put in the text that you'd want to see, like even like for the gluten-free recipes, maybe it's like eat healthy bitch or whatever it is that you want to have encourage you to.
So first one is get to work. So first one would be like the weekly, right?
Yep.
Set the weekly. Okay, so first I'll do weekly. And then the next one I want to see is I guess would be the, hold on, the nom-noms, right?
Or your journal potentially, right? I could
Ooh.
even
Journal.
and we're gonna like mess around with this, so it may not. It'll take a little bit to get it looking the way that you want it specifically. So don't worry, we can always move this stuff around if you're like, I don't like that. But I'm wondering about putting your like week and your journal kind of side by side. Stuff your pie hole. I like it. Do it. Okay, cool. Okay, so scroll down a little bit. I want to see, and I'll set up those links so that they go to the right anchor on the page. But I wonder about doing something like this where you got like your journal entries, right? Something like that.
You've already made it nice. I really like this. Yeah, I like this a lot.
Cool.
I like it a lot.
Okay. And then, yeah, you'll usually only have like the 4 weeks at a time. So it'll be like your 4 gallery images and then your 7-day most recent journal. So what I'll do is when you click on like get to work, it'll take you right to this weekly journal. And then same thing with the food. And so you can have these like different segments of your dashboard that's like the planning, like the weekend journal is like your planning stuff. The food stuff is obviously like meal specific. And then is there another, maybe we want to add your feelings up there too, right?
Yep, definitely.
And so I don't know if you want to say like whatever, get into your feelings or
Girl, I am in my feelings. All I do is feel shit.
and I would even I'm going to rename your gluten-free to like meal planning because we've pulled the recipes onto your dashboard.
Yeah.
So it's still
Does
there.
anyone you want to check the comments and see if anyone has stuff to say? Because I felt bad last time when I rewatched it and I went through the comments and I was like, oh, like I wish I could answer these things.
No, not yet. Just like, what about going full page, toggle, yay, part 2, saw it full when I did it, that kind of thing. Yeah, feel free to yell at us in the chat if there's anything specific that you'd like to see. Okay, whoa, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy the link to the weekly. And okay, so you can.
Oh my God, I love the little unicorn too. It makes me so happy.
I mean, you can change them up per, if you want like avocado for the stuff your pie hole or whatever, you can always do that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I'm gonna assume gluten-free needs to go lower as well on the page. Okay.
Anything else? Comments?
Not really. She just mentioned them.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so gallery feelings, amazing. What else? What else do we want you to be able to see?
Oh, there is another thing I wanted to do. I'm starting a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I would like to have somewhere where I can actually plan out like when I will have time for editing and or videoing and all that stuff.
Yes, okay. So we need a new section. I suspect you'll want a page for that. So we can make a quick link on, and even on your dashboard under these unicorns and whatever, it might be like, quick link 1, quick link 2. Like you might have YouTube planning, whatever, and those are just quick links that you can go to, but they're also in your sidebar if you need them. But yeah, maybe we can make a page. Lena said, how do you get the side-by-side on the top of the page? So Lena, did you mean these, I know I get asked a lot about like columns in Notion, how to do that.
Yeah,
So
I also was wondering, you're like, oh, look, and then you have 4 beautiful little things, and you're like,
what I'm going to
Marie's with hands.
Yeah, and I guess you guys can't see my screen right now, and so I'll show you what to do, Natalie. So why don't you highlight those 2 columns that I just created, columns.
Okay, highlight them.
Yeah, highlight both of them. So you can kind of see what's actually happening here. I would right click and make those a colored background just so you can sort of see what's happening. You should be able to.
Just right click and
let me just double check. Right.
Click?
Yeah, right click. Oh, sorry, you're on your laptop, right? Click on the dots on the left-hand side of the columns. Left-hand side. Sorry. Yep, color. And just choose the color one. Choose the background. Choose like a different background. I was hoping you would choose a background color because then you can actually see the width of the column. Then you can see what's happening when you're like dragging stuff around, just for demonstration purposes anyway. So scroll down. Yeah. Green background. Okay, cool. So now take the dots on the left-hand side of the bottom column or the top. It actually doesn't really matter. And then you're going to click and drag that to the left or right-hand side of that. Fully to the left or fully to the right, you're looking for a vertical blue column. There you go. That's how you make columns.
But how did you get these two columns here? Like how, like where you wrote columns?
Oh, I just typed a line and then hit enter and then hit another line.
So you could put like, and
You
then
can-
you could just pop that like over there.
Yes, you can totally do that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so should we should we try to make you a video planning dashboard, like a content dashboard?
Yeah, I'd love that.
All right, let's dive in. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so um you can
If anyone's wondering, it's going to be my like an ADHD channel, like life hacks. You know, I've started 15 different YouTube channels and never been consistent with them, but this one I feel like it's kind of more all encompassing, and I can be like, this week I'm in a hyper focus hole of whatever.
Well, there's some comments here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband Martin's going to read some comments.
So Gail Powell says, what about table versus list view for the journal entries? Sometimes the subtle difference makes a large visual impact.
True,
Natalie
yeah.
may prefer the view over table.
Yeah, that's true. Do you want to try, like, let's make a list view for your journal table to see if you like that view a little better. So you can
This
scroll
one.
down. I haven't linked up your journal there, but actually if you click on Get to Work Weekly, that should take you lower on the page, which will jump you to your journal as well. There you go.
Nice.
Also, DNA Bound says, maybe show feelings on a calendar.
Oh, that would be fun. Adventure time feelings.
And Leonard Johnson asks, how do you get the side-by-side on the top of the page?
Yeah, we already covered that one with the columns.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's
All right,
change the
so
past
sorry.
7 days view.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on past
Properties?
7. No, click on past 7 days.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and on the 3 dots on the right-hand side of that, of past 7 days, yeah, change that to a list view.
Okay.
Okay, and then click off to see if you like that view better. But click on the dots and you can show the feelings again, like you had. Yeah, sorry, the properties of the database, those 3 dots.
Properties.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
And then you can toggle on, I think you had celebrate this and feelings, but you can kind of choose how you want that to appear.
Okay. I like it.
I might even hide daily because daily is assumed because it's a journal. So I would remove that. And then you can choose if you want your highlights and your, turn off the tags.
Okay, there we
and
go. Okay.
Turn on your celebrate this. Or whatever you want, actually. So you can kind of choose. Now, the thing with the week view is it does kind of like truncate things. So you may not get to see as much as you want to see there, but you can kind of choose if you prefer the list view or the table view. And if you add multiple feelings, you'll see a bunch of feelings there too, I think.
Yeah, I'll see them come up. That's cool. I think I liked it the other way better.
Yeah, click on past 7 days again. You can change it back to table. I know sometimes in certain cases, the one view will just work with your brain a little bit better, but
yeah,
I think
I appreciate the whoever it was saying that. But yeah, I actually like it better because the days and then everything. But I think I might turn off the celebrate this. Yeah. Just have for now just the feelings.
That's
and then
cool.
if I want to add more stuff after I can. But yeah, I actually really love this view. So
Yeah.
this works.
Cool.
Beans.
So we've got your weekly journal kind of working, and you'll have to play with that a bit. Let us know. And then maybe let's make you a sort of YouTube video planning dashboard and see how far we can get with that. So you can make a new page and then we can add it to your, yeah, sure. But mostly too, I'll get you to, I will get you to do most of the creating just so you feel comfortable making it. So yeah, I call it YouTube Planner. Aw, Felipe says, just wanted to say I really liked your content and my life has been enriched by and wanted to say thanks. You're awesome, Felipe. Philippe or
sweet.
Felipe, thank you. That's really awesome. That means
All
a
right.
lot. Video planning. Okay, cool. And so that's in private pages. So which is fine. I think most of your pages are probably in private pages, which is great. Cool. Okay, so let's give us an icon because I know you love those visuals. So let's add an emoji, like a video or UFO emoji, and add a cover image.
Oh,
Now, some of you might know I tend to lean toward pages first with inline databases inside. And I feel like that gives you a lot of flexibility with creating like multiple different databases in the same page more easily. You can pick something later or
I
just,
know. That's what I'm like. Okay, fine. I'll just
But not.
let
or
me.
like
Okay,
just use a
let me put.
placeholder cover, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's fine. That's perfect. And my color palette, so we're good.
Cool. So hit enter. And I would open this as a page too. Maybe favorite it while any pages that you're kind of actively working on too. I usually favorite just so they're always accessible in the cover.
Okay.
Favorite
They
that.
spelled favorite wrong. They spelled favorite wrong.
Canadians here. Yeah, open it as a page, and that way you've got more real estate to work with as well.
Your mom's real estate.
Okay. I also like to make these pages full width as well, especially if we're going to be doing like a board view of your content. So
Okay.
the three dots on the top right hand side of the page.
Over here? Like,
No, beside favorited. Yeah, you're like, that's the page properties. Full
ah,
width.
there we are.
Mm-hmm.
Full width.
Cool.
Ooh, I like it. Okay.
Okay, so I think what my suggestion would be to make a board view now. So to type slash, and I think you should just be able to, just type the slash command.
Yep. Getting there.
Board, yeah, board inline.
Inline. Create a kanban. Still don't know what that is.
That's this here is a kanban.
Okay.
So I would name it like whether it's
Question.
Sorry?
What are these zeros? Count all.
that they're counting all the entries that are tagged with not started, aka 0.
Okay.
Like drag
Okay.
card 1 into not started, and you'll see that count will turn to 1. Magic.
Okay.
Lena says, "Thank you both for sharing this process." So I would now, I wouldn't hide that yet. Actually, I would re-show that up again because that's almost like unprocessed stuff, which is almost like your dump of ideas. I would name this. I would probably name this videos, right? Because this is going to be your like pipeline of ideas for your videos. Yeah, or content, exactly. Cool. Great. So I think personally the board view for this sort of thing is very helpful. I might even. What's that?
I really like it. I like that I can this is what I want. I can slam some ideas in and then I can pick and choose and decide which ones I want to do. And then I have some on the back burner, but I can see it all in list views, which I didn't think my mind worked like that, but sometimes it really does.
Right. And the fact that you can like change it when you want to or need to and create yourself a couple options and you'll see what works, right? Like as you're using it, you're like, I don't like that. It feels too cluttered. And you get to change your mind and make those tweaks. So what we want to do is make sure that the fields that you want to track when you have an idea and you're kind of like getting ready to kind of produce a video make sense for what you need to be tracking. So let's make you a new template here. So click on the arrow beside new, blue arrow. Yeah, and so let's say new template, and it can be like new video, new idea, new content, whatever you want to call that.
Are you sure you can commit to a template now?
No, I cannot. I cannot commit to a template, but I'm going to try, damn it.
So you can probably delete assign because this is really your pipeline, so it's not like you're going to be assigning that. You don't have assistance yet. So I'd probably delete that. Great. And okay, so I would add a property, probably... you probably need a URL property, right? So whether it's the video that you're publishing, so what's the actual link to the video once you've done it? That's going to be an important one. Make sure to name that URL instead of property. Yeah.
Earl.
Great, Earl. Okay, status, yes. You may have like notes and ideas or reference or context or anything like that too.
Ooh,
Um,
context, because God knows I never give enough of that.
and even like topics. So I would probably leave that as text field. Like that's a place for you to kind of be like, oh, a student mentioned X, and I thought that. You can kind of a place to sort of dump those ideas. So I would probably add another property. I imagine over time you're going to start to identify some content buckets. So you probably want either a select or a multi-select, because even within ADHD, you're going to have a couple different themes, right? Like maybe it's like students and learning, or like managing executive function, like home life, or all that kind of
Yes,
stuff.
yeah.
So I would name that either bucket or theme or like, yeah, bucket head. There you go. Love it. Great. And then you could pre-populate a couple in there too. If you know them off the top of your head, you could kind of add a couple so that they're ready to go to choose from. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Home life.
um, uh, living with, oops, living with ADHD, because Martin's ADHD, River's ADHD. I mean, like, it's a big family of ADHD.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Challenges, life hacks, home life. Some of this, I'm sure, as the more that you create these videos too, you'll get ideas of what these buckets are. Um, and you may also BNA Bound also mentioned you may want to add some tags. So I think tags are going to make sense too, because even as your YouTube tags, you're going to need to want to add those over time so people can find that content. So,
I love tags. I love tags. I thought they were so stupid when people started hashtagging stuff at the very beginning. I'm like, stupid. And now I'm like, I can see how this could help. What am I doing? Is it number? Because of the hashtag?
select, I would say even like select or multi-select, unless you want to be able to copy and paste these tags into your video.
Yes,
Then
I do.
having a text field might just be the easiest way, and you can do like hashtag whatever and kind of fill that in. Um, Areas that thank you so much, Marie. I've recently been diagnosed. I've been watching your videos to try and find ways to organize my life so I don't get overwhelmed. You've been such a huge help. That's so awesome.
That
Thank you.
is overwhelm. Like if I had known that I had ADHD like years ago, if I had known, you know what I mean? Like there's groups that on Facebook that are so helpful just to help you feel like you're not alone. And like I struggled with
Totally.
housework. I
Yeah.
still struggle with housework, but I got to tell you, the decluttering has been next level for both Martin and I. It's like because it's like you have a cord. What do I do with this cord? What do I need this cord for? Just in case. I'm going to keep it just in case. And I'm like, you know what? There is no more just in case. Get rid of it. And if I really need it, I can go and buy it. But I'll have to think before I go and do that because that requires a lot of effort that I don't
It's just
give a
yeah,
shit
a lot
about.
of like yeah, cognitive effort.
And cognitive effort is right, and seeing everything in one place is really nice because it's like that whole ethereal brain when you're in your head with ADHD, right? You're always like, oh, I got to do this, I got to like running lists, and you're like, oh yeah, and then it's
Short
the next thing you know,
circuiting.
oh shit, I forgot. That's the whole thing. I'm so sorry, I forgot. But with this, you can see everything. It's laid out nicely, and like this coupled with my bullet journal, which I'm still using,
Mhm.
like the two of them together in tandem,
And then
perfect.
I know someone mentioned this last week, but I think having a task manager of sorts could be really helpful too. I know that's like
Yeah,
maybe that's like next week, but yeah,
I'm
let's
down,
get
honest.
yeah.
As long as I'm not boring people with this, and if people are actually getting stuff from this, I would love to come back on and work on stuff like that
They can
because
drop in or
it's
not. If they get bored, they can always close that browser window. Awesome.
we don't want you here.
Get out of here. It's just an excuse for us to hang out. Let's be honest.
It's
Okay, cool.
definitely
So you've got like status, URL, context, buckethead, tags, and of course, you can always add more properties as you go over time. I would add an icon too, whether it's like a little video camera or whatever, or even like an idea. Um,
do they have it where it's just
Here we go.
there's my idea.
Moo.
Oh my god.
Wow. Gotta save the position. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so stupid. I love it. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Not boring at
Those
all.
are
Really enjoying watching this, and it's helpful as I think through my system. That's awesome.
So somebody said, Tammy Car 33 said, not boring at all, really enjoying this and helpful as I think through my system.
awesome. I'm glad that it's helping.
Okay, so scroll down. And I have
Okay.
a feeling that some structure is going to be helpful for you as you're like, oh, what do I want to make? So in the body here, I might also have whether it's like notes and ideas or brain dump at the top. So just below, add a comment, like actually in the body of this entry. I might make a header that's like the brain dump, or like what's the central takeaway? What's the point? Like what's the sort of core thing I want someone to take away with this video? And then a place to brain dump ideas. And then you might want to like script or like lines or words that you know that you want to say. What will you impart? I love that. And you'll, as you get used to your shortcuts, Command Option 3, for example, will turn that into a header.
Option 3. Hell yeah.
Command Option 2 is header 2. Command Option 1 is header 1. And that can just kind of help you format those quickly. And then you'll notice it says last used. So Command Shift H will use the last color that it'll like apply the last color that you used. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
You and your little.
So just a quick question, if you guys don't mind, so I don't mean to interrupt. So you just said Command Option 3. What if we have PC users out there?
Usually
do we
Control
know?
is the alternate for Command. They're usually the interchangeable.
I see. Okay.
Hey guys, guess what? I think my husband's gonna start using Notion too now.
Yes!
Seeing-
Join the family. One
Right?
of us.
I bleed Windows. Okay, I just paid for Office, but you know what? I'm willing to learn. It looks like a lot of fun, and you know what? If you need, somebody, the perspective of somebody who uses on the PC, I'd be willing to help with that for sure.
Martin, you should join the Notion Made Simple Facebook group too. There's tons of folks in there. Anyone has any questions? Notion Made Simple.
Well, fine then. I will join that group.
There you go.
When it comes to programs like this, I can usually keep myself.
Oh, Mr. Martini.
Excuse me. Madame.
Okay, so after what will you impart? There's obviously you're going to need some more. So you got your like high level takeaways. You've got family series. Notes and ideas, just like things you've collected, like again, things people have said or whatever. So whatever's going to be helpful for you as a template, just it gives you like a structure to start with. And you've got your tags above. Yeah.
I love like these properties. I love that it's just a simple thing that I can chuck in because that pops up, right? I really like it.
Oh, date. You're definitely going to need a date property, right? I have 2 date properties on my content. One is usually like working on, and then the other one is published date. If you just want to track like, oh, I noticed like most of my videos take me like 2 weeks to plan and that sort of thing. So it's up to you what you want to track there, but I would create at least 1 date property that's probably your published, and just, make
Perhaps
sure.
I should.
Date. And just be clear. Is that the date you're working on it, or is the date you published it, or whatnot? It'll be good for your own reference in the future.
Okay.
And so just remember that this is a template, so you don't actually want to put your data into like I
don't want to put today's date in.
Well, even the bucket head, you probably want to delete those. They're just available to choose when you create a new thing. So you've created them now, that's great, but let's delete those from here, and let's delete your tags so they're blank. But the option,
I see. Okay.
Right?
Okay. That's good. Yep.
Cool.
All right.
There could be like a type where almost like a tips versus story versus, I don't know if you have like different types of videos, like tutorial versus story driven or something like that.
Okay.
And that might be a drop down.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like drop down menu.
And that can be helpful for coming up with content too, right? Like what's the, And I don't know how often you're planning on making these videos, if it's like once a month or once a week or something. But if you had like every month I do one story post, every month I do one, whatever kind of, someone said, yeah,
Oh,
tracking views and comments. So you may want to like 1 week later come back and be like, oh, how many views did this post get after the first week or something like that. So that could be
okay.
another, or comments,
I
engagement.
So ideally, I would like to do a video once a week, ideally. Um, but yeah, and I always laugh when I am watching YouTube videos and they're like, videos every Wednesday. And all I'm thinking is like, videos will be whenever I can get organized enough to get one
Yeah.
out. Like, so that might be a new tag I'm going to pop in there because I'll be like, I can't commit to one day. I mean, maybe I will be able to after I get this all sorted, but
Yeah. One thing you could do too when you use the date property is to turn on a reminder for yourself. If you're like, remind me on Friday that I want to work on a video this week. So it might be like a suggested date, but you're not looking at it as like I have to do it by this date.
yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
And one
So
thing you
is there a comment?
Yeah, so there's a comment from BNA Bound. They say tables suck on Windows because they have the annoying vertical scroll bar at the bottom. Be warned.
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah.
they also said you might want to track views and comments. I'm not sure what they
Yeah,
meant by that.
Marie. Yeah, Marie said we just
Okay.
went over that one. Thanks, hon. Thanks, honey.
No problem.
All right. So yeah, type of video tags. Oh, I love this. I love this. Actually, I'm gonna throw the URL down at the bottom.
hmm
All right. So this is gonna be in under content creations.
Yep.
Can you?
Yeah.
What's the bucket again? Like what you said, like you called it a bucket, but like what is
Yeah,
the bucket
yeah.
again?
Content buckets. So it's like themes for your video, right? It's like, I mean, you made up those buckets, right? So it's like life with ADHD. That's a content bucket. So it's like it helps kind of like guide even like the purpose of your content, right? Like they usually fall within like 4 to 6 buckets.
Okay, and then I can go back and filter and look and how many times have I
Yes.
made whatever buckets or of like
And which ones
life
are
hacks.
missing? Oh, I've done too many life hack ones. Maybe I should do more of these like story ones or how to's or whatever. So they can kind of help just guide content ideas and help with the
Day in the
brainstorming.
life,
Yeah,
day in the
totally.
life favorites, day
Totally. They
in the
could just be
life.
like humorous day in the life moments, right? And tag could be funny or whatever. Yeah, what I eat in a day.
Love what
Yeah.
I eat in a day. I watch vegans. I'm not vegan. I watch vegan day in the life. There's a few people I follow. I'm like, these people are so like I'm just like, I just want to eat it.
I might even look at other YouTube channels in the same vein of the ADHD and look at their different playlists, look at their different topics, like which ones have a ton of engagement and views and stuff, because it might be good to take a different take on the same topic or content bucket, but you're kind of doing your own translation of it. So it might kind of spark some ideas. And so the idea is that we're creating a content bank, like an idea bank for you that you can use to be like, yes, okay, I want to work on this one, and you can drag it in when you're ready to work on it. But at least you've got like a dumping zone for like idea.
Which is perfect because I have a bunch of running ones, and then as soon as I'm like,
Yes.
oh, I don't remember.
Yeah. So I think you can click off of this, and if over time you'll figure out a flow in terms of like what you need to do each time. But let's make a new, like let's say you have a new idea, click on your new template there to create a new idea.
Here, new.
Yeah, you could either do it there and then apply the template once you've opened it, or you can use the arrow to rapidly make it with the new template.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to. I'm not quite sure what you're saying.
So you can either use the arrow beside new to rapidly create a new entry that's already using ideas. So if you click on ideas, that's going to create an ideas template. Or if you just said new, then there's no template applied, and then you have to scroll down and apply the template.
Oh, okay. So this could be like this would be
New idea for a video, like whatever you want to call it. Like what I eat in a day would be, or that's a video idea versus like a content bucket necessarily, right? What I eat in a day, great. And then like when do you want to work on that, or when do you want a reminder for that? You could put that in there if you wanted to remind yourself.
hold on.
No, so the reminder actually goes with the date, so you don't even have to create a new reminder. So click on the empty area beside date.
Yeah.
Yep, and see where it says remind. Yeah, you can say 1 week before, and just make sure you're on August 30th. So 1 week before would have been like last week or whatever, or 2 days before. So,
let's just say there, even though.
Yeah.
Like,
So let's assume
day.
September 4th is when you want to publish it. Then the reminder is going to, remind you 2 days before on the 2nd. So, and you can see, right, that little reminder.
All right. So now if I click out of here, let's assuming and then I can just like.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, this is really
And there
cool.
could be like, you might decide on different properties. Like if you want not started to, sound different or whatever, you can click on that and change the naming of it. Maybe you want more pipeline items like back burner or like started, but whatever. You get to kind of in progress, completed. Yeah.
Filming.
Yeah, exactly. Like needs editing or whatever.
And just go through.
Yeah.
And then I can film. Oh, that's really
And
cool.
then,
So get started editing.
And then have a final one that is published as well. So that's adding an entry. You want to add a group. On the right where it says add a group.
Hold on. Yep, I'm going to just delete this first. Delete. Here, add a group.
Yeah. Published. Cool. And you can when you're done, just drag that. That'll be the final one. So they kind of move along a pipeline. So the left-hand side becomes like unprocessed, no status. They're all kind of there. But when you're ready to like activate an idea, you're like, okay, cool, get started. And you can still have a few in the get started that are like, okay, cool, I can pick one of these 3. Whatever my mood is today, I can decide to work on that, right?
That is really, really cool because I can see it all outlined and I can have it on different days. And oh my God, this is like.
So let's create a couple views for you as well. Let's go beside content creations and say new view. And I want to create one that's also by content bucket now too. So you can say by bucket or whatever. Bucket head. Do another board view.
Okay.
Yeah, create.
Create a board view, okay.
Okay, and now the 3 dots on the right-hand side of this database. You're going to want to say, and you can choose group by, so you can change the way that it's being grouped. Right, and so bucket head or type of video, right? So now you can like, when you're brainstorming, it's like, oh yeah, living with ADHD, there's so many, like it kind of helps you produce those ideas and you can just start dragging them in or adding them right underneath that content and it'll automatically tag you with that content. You can also turn on the properties if you want to see like status. So on this one, maybe you want to see the statuses of your stuff. It's like what I eat in a day would be probably living with ADHD or home life or whatever. Or maybe those 2 are too similar, right? It might be, you can kind of decide, but I would drag that in there. Turn on status property, maybe.
Let's say challenges because sometimes you don't.
Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, oh shit, I got to eat. Oh shit, what do I do? I'm gluten-free. Nothing.
And turn on, if you think it's helpful, you could turn on the properties that show the status of it. So it'll be like get started or in progress or whatever. So you can sort of see it on the same board if you want to.
Is that on properties?
Yep. So yeah, you can
and
turn.
And then that would be
status. Because we're viewing by bucket head now. And then status is just that additional detail of like, oh, what's the status of this actual entry, right?
Like get started or half done or filming.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so then you can create a couple different views. You could create a calendar view so you can sort of see like, oh, when did I have that one planned? And so you can view anything that doesn't have any dates assigned to it. You can view by content. You can view by status. You've got a couple different, even board view I might rename to be like by status or something like that, or pipeline.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
And then you could have a view that's just list or table, right? Where you can just see like, what's the brain dump of everything I've just kind of chucked in there, like the big idea list.
You said change bucket to view by
status. Or no, sorry, bucket is already correct. It's the board view that needs to change to status.
Oh, okay.
Because bucket is already by content bucket. Oh no, what have we done? So I think that one was bucket.
That one was bucket.
Yeah. Yep. And then so the other one you want to rename by status.
Okay.
Let's just make sure those are, yeah, there you go. So status, filming, editing, perfect. Okay. And then maybe a view that's either just a list view or just a table view that just kind of pulls in everything at once. You can just sort of see all of it. You may also want to add a created date that would automatically timestamp it.
Okay. Hold on. So what am I naming the list view? Just list? Like,
Yeah, it's almost like all entries or something like that. And of course, you can always rename that as well. But, and yeah, you could turn on table view. You could turn on the buckets as well, like turn on the property of buckets so you can see what all those entries are kind of themed with.
okay. I actually love this one.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love this one
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
you can just get a sense of where things are at. You could add even any published videos that you already did to that pipeline too, if you want to see what you've done. So let's maybe add a property of created. Notion could automatically add a timestamp.
Sure.
And
Um,
just Babs was asking, do you ever link this in any way to your master task list? So would editing or filming one of these videos become a task, or you would keep it separate? So Bav, I would do that. I sort of feel like the master task list might be a little overkill for Nathalie, at least in this session, but I really do want to get her using the master task database as well. So yes, that is a thing I connect. Absolutely. I'd be like, record new YouTube video, and then I have a relation to my content that actually relates to the YouTube video. So I think we could get there. I think that's another layer we could add. But that's where also in this page, right below video planning, I might even have you just create some loose to-dos right up there that's like, brainstorm ideas for X, interview with Y, and just kind of add some of those free-form to-dos at the top that relate to the content at the bottom. Then I think we'll start getting you using a master task database and stuff.
oh my God, that's a little intimidating, but
Yeah,
I would using it.
I figure
So
we want to
here,
get you
how do
like
I add
comfortable with this. Yeah.
how do I add a
Um,
created here? New
what
page.
are we adding? Sorry. Oh, the
You said you
created date.
wanted created.
Open what I eat in a day.
Okay.
Okay, so add a new property. Scroll down. Yep, add property. And under the advanced, I think it's under advanced types, but go to text, scroll down, created time. And Notion will automatically create that timestamp for you. So I would rename that created. And that way you know when you actually added the note. It's sort of automatically created, and you can view a calendar that way. Even if you haven't assigned something a date, you'll still be able to see it on a calendar if you want to.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay. I like that.
cool.
Awesome.
So that's like, gets you started, and then over time you might even want to have like a messy notes database. Like I have a notes database too that has more like messy stuff in there, and then once I'm like, ooh, that's actually a great piece of content, I will tag it with create content, and then I have the two in the same place, and I can be like referencing notes and kind of filling out this content calendar over time.
How can I throw in my content notes? I want to make like a content notes for in here.
Do you
Could I
have
do it down?
So it depends. Are you creating notes that are already related to you already have the video in mind and you just want to like add a bunch of notes? Or
Yeah. Yeah.
so I would do it in the body of the entry. So like I'd open up what I eat in a day, and I would just start like, you know,
Things that I could. Okay.
and even like title ideas, right? Because you might want to brainstorm even the best name to call this even for YouTube and like searchability and whatever. So where you have what will you impart in the body below, I would probably have like notes and title ideas, some of those more tactical, practical stuff. Right, and even just like add a bullet or something. It could just be a couple things as you're brainstorming it, and then below that, I would have any notes related to this, messy notes, one-liners, links, anything. I would just put that right in the body of this particular entry.
All right. Just one second. There you are. Okay. There you are. One moment. There you go. I did the Command Option H and it didn't do the.
You have to highlight it. So you already have it highlighted, but now you have to hit Command Option H now that you've highlighted it.
Nope. You still got hidden.
Oh, okay. I feel like if you've done a bunch of stuff before you've recently formatted, then it's like you kind of lose it. Um,
That's that's fine. We'll just bring you back one more time. Okay.
okay, title ideas. And then I would say, yeah, notes, just like miscellaneous notes to support the creation of this video. Yeah, try highlighting that again and see if we can. I think it's go to the A again. I think it's Command Shift H.
Nope.
Click on the no. Click on the. Oh no, I hope she calls me back. Oh.
Guess that.
Hang on, we can do this. Okay, you're gonna have to share your screen again.
Yeah.
We did it, guys. You're such a goof.
Okay. I will just do it the good old-fashioned way.
Let's do that.
I'm totally fine with this being the good old.
Oh, that's funny.
There we go. Text. We want to do heading number 3. There we go.
And so I would do all that brain dumping and everything right in this note. So everything that you need related to this video is all here. All the notes, all the messy stuff can be there. You can also, in the same page, below this content pipeline, you can also still have your own messy notes in this page too, if you want to.
Okay. So this is the what I eat in a day. This is just for that though, right? Like, can I apply this formatting as a format?
Well, that's why we made the template, right?
Okay. But how do I, like, if I wanted to start something new, hold on, let me just.
Yep.
So, what I eat in a day, let's say like life hacks, just for whatever, life hacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then create it, and then it's all here.
Yep, and then click ideas, and then you'll have your.
Okay.
Oh, so we have to update. I guess you updated the entry and not the template. So any changes that you want to apply to anything new, you will want to make sure to add those to the template.
And how do I do that again?
So scroll down, highlight everything in the body there, copy it.
Okay.
Lol, it's COVID-19. Everyone's used to technical difficulties. That's funny. Okay, so copy that. Click out, go to your template. Yeah, the blue arrow beside new. The 3 dots beside ideas.
3 dots, okay. Edit.
And just paste that in the body. And then you might have different, like you may want to create different templates for your different content buckets so that the whatever tag is already selected or whatever.
Okay.
There you go. Right.
Awesome.
And so then you just choose type of video, type of bucket, whatever.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love it.
Now you got some views to help you figure that stuff out too, right? So either by status or by type, and that gets you started. Yeah.
This is awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that goes. And then you can decide what parts of this, if anything, you want to pull onto your dashboard. Like, do you want to see show me all get started videos only in a list format, right? They could just pull in, so you're not seeing an overwhelming list, but you're just seeing anything that you've marked as like, this is the next video that I want to film, or this is the one that's in progress.
Awesome. I love it.
Cool.
I'm so excited to get this done.
You guys are up to 40 people.
43 people are watching. Hello, everyone.
What else do you guys want to see? We nailed it. We did it. You can also turn on cover images too. So if you want to see, like, even if you're pulling in ideas for the video cover or things like that, you can turn that on and have goofy cover images or whatever.
You know I like it goofy.
So do you want to pull in any of the content onto that dashboard, or just kind of have this as your video planning? Like, you could favorite this page too in your sidebar, so you could always just jump in there when you want to do your video planning.
It's already created.
Cool.
It is going to be one of my favorites. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, the master task list seems a little bit intimidating, but I feel like it would probably be good.
Do you want to, like, try setting up a task database so we could see if...
I'm going to give a polite pass for that.
Fair enough.
But yes, I do. I definitely do want to do that. But I'd rather have like a session where we can, dive into it. So
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like when you're first learning Notion, it's like you're creating these pieces, but then it's about figuring out what does your actual workflow look like in terms of a day-to-day, like where do I go first and then what's next, and kind of building that habit of how often, what pages do I go to, how does it all tie together? So let's clean up, maybe let's clean up a little bit your, like these filler columns and things like that.
yeah,
Delete that.
Facebook just changed their new look, and I despise it so much that I probably not spending a lot of time on there anymore. So I want something to do. So like working on this and working on my projects, I think is obviously a better use of my time, but also like it's so clunky and gross. And every time you hover over anything, it pops. Oh, I can't. Drives me bananas. I've written to them, I think 3 times now. I've written to them. I'm like, I can't. They're like, oh, we would love your feedback. I'm like, oh, you gonna get my feedback because this is awful. But this is pretty, and I like it soothes.
And I mean, you can, give these like different, different colors and stuff as well. I feel like you might enjoy some, the journal and stuff is already like the journal.
Every time you do a Notion, like whenever I'm going through the class or whatever, it's so funny because you're like, it's so like your stuff is so streamlined, and I'm just like, bleh, it's all a big mess. It just feels like it's a big mess. It's like us in real life.
Yeah.
So neat and
it's like the
tidy
Instagram versus the real life. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, it's brutal. Cheers.
Someone said, oh, Lirana, I'd really like to see how you make charts, metrics, i.e. if every day I'm checking a box, yes or no, for drank a liter of water, how can I see those results? Yes, you can totally do that. Yeah, like, do you want to do that in your daily journal of like drank water? We could just add it even just to demonstrate kind of what that looks like.
Sure, because I don't like tracking my water. I'm probably the only human that doesn't give a shit. But absolutely, like to do something like to show how it can be done. Let's do it.
Totally.
Am I going for this?
Okay, so let's open up. Let's open up one of your journal entries.
All right. What day are we? We're Saturday.
Yeah, or Sunday, I think.
Oh God, what is life? What day is this? All right, so let's just open as a page.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, scroll down. Okay, cool. Let's add, we'll add a checkbox property. So let's say, checking a box, yes or no, drank a liter of water. Okay, change the text property to checkbox.
Like select?
Checkbox?
No. Oh, an actual, okay.
An actual checkbox. Okay, cool. So let's click the box. Okay, cool. So now let's go back to your dashboard.
Okay.
And let's create a new view of your journal.
Okay.
So where it says past 7 days, let's create a new view. And of course, you can always delete this after. Add a view. Let's call it water or hydration.
Are we doing?
Let's do a table for now. I think that's going to be the easiest. Yeah, create. And then let's filter this. So click on those dots. I'm going to add a filter.
Properties?
No filter.
Okay, filter.
What part of filter don't you want? Just kidding. I love you. Add a filter. Add a filter.
Filter, I said, God damn it.
Okay, so where I drank water. So change name to I drank water. No, where it says where name. Change the first drop down. Yeah. Change that. I drank water.
There we go. Okay.
This is like a test for Natalie to see how much she's retained. Oh, I love that. Okay, so I drink water. Great. So we're filtering this only to show how many times it checked. Yeah, click off of that. Okay, and now turn on the property so you can see the checkbox. Click on the 3 dots again, and let's turn off feeling. I basically turn off any properties except the one that you're tracking. And so
okay.
Turn off day, turn off feelings, and then turn on I drank water. Awesome. Okay. And then at the bottom of that checkbox where it says count one, right? So like
Yep.
that's, you can actually say calculate right beside it. Click on calculate and you can say count checked or count all or whatever. And then that way you can see like how many are checked in the last year, or you could change your filter to show everything, but only summarize, like you're basically only giving a summary of what's been checked off. So Liran, I don't know if
Okay.
that helps clarify, but if you are already tracking this at a daily level, in my journal, I have a few different views for did I feel in flow today? How many times did I use this word to describe my feelings in a year? And so that way you can actually adjust the filter to say from date, January to December, but only show me items where I use this feeling. And then you can actually at the bottom see that report of how many times that number, like what's the total count. So there's lots of interesting ways. If you're already tracking it at a daily level, you can see
That
what the
could be
results
really
are.
hilarious at the end of the year for the feelings.
I did that for my review last year, and stoked was used 53 times, I think, like on 53 days last year. So I was like, cool, that's a pretty, like,
That's
it's
fun to
pretty
see.
cool. Yeah. Yeah. And again, as someone who is very feelings first or whatever, and like, am I living the life I want to be living? And how do you want to feel? Like, there may be parts of that where, even for you, you might even have a view of your feelings at the top that's like core desired feelings. And maybe you pick three that are like your guiding, star or whatever.
That's for the year. I pick
Yeah.
people are like a word of the year, but I'm like, one word for the year? Come on, guys. A lot of
So,
feelings there for the year.
yeah.
I would like to do three. I think three like sort of things, general feelings of the year I think would be awesome. For myself anyways.
And you could either pull that from your gallery. So you could actually have a gallery view at the top of this page if you wanted that was like, only show me the feelings that are marked as like theme or whatever you want to call it. And then you've got your three images at the top. Or you just have them as like a sentence at the top where it's like, I want to feel XYZ and put those feelings in there. And then, yeah, you can track. You can really track, is that actually happening, right? So lots you can do there. So hopefully that's helpful.
Seriously, like long-term planning and ADHD just is not, you know what I mean? It's very difficult for the long-term planning. And I feel like this
Yeah.
actually is like the long-term outline that you can see, you can look at, you can work with, because sometimes it's friggin' ridiculous when I'm like, it'll happen sometime, it'll happen
Totally.
eventually.
It's too hard to like get into the details. And even me, like I don't plan things hour by hour. It's like, here's like the one or two things I know I need to get done today. When that happens
Yeah.
is kind of up to me. I need to have a little bit of that freedom even within that structure. But some structure is helpful. Like, here's your bucket of content. Make some video ideas in that bucket, right?
It's funny that you say that, because I was thinking about that today, because Martin, I feel like he needs more structure in a day than I do. And for me, it's like for me, it's all chaos, right? I thrive in chaos, and that's cool. But I do notice there are some small things like taking my medication and whatever, like at a certain time. That is the kind of structure that I need. So checking in on here and assembling my structure, if you will, like I feel like that's gonna work a lot better than just like chaos. Because poor Martin is sometimes like that's one of our biggest points of contention. I'm like, it's fine, it'll work
Happen
itself out.
eventually.
Yeah, eventually it's fine. He's just like, but when is eventually? Like, when is this happening? I'm like, oh, honey. So sometimes we do have arguments about that. But I mean, I think it's about figuring out the ways in which we are different in our neurodivergence and sort of working
Definitely.
with that. So anyways, it's fun.
Yeah.
Just curiosity, Marie, how many plants do you have in your room right there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 15.
Martin went through our living room, and he's counted. He's like, there's 17 plants in this, like the whole main area.
21.
Oh, sorry, 21. And he's just like, that's too many. And I'm like, it's not. It's fine.
Hard disagree. Also, have I shared my plant database with you? Because I could give you my plant database. You can add it as a template, and you folks can even see like how to.
That would be amazing, because then I could see like when I last watered my
Garden.
plant. I have a relationship. plants that I can.
See, if you had a nice office like Marie does, you can put as many plants in there as you want. But this is a shared space, and there's
Rude.
21 plants. Nobody can walk in here, so.
Rude. That's not true. It's rude. Very rude.
Okay, let me grab my shared, let me give you my gardening dashboard, which I think has all my plants in there.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's like and obviously you can mess around with it, play with it, do whichever you gotta do.
Are you in Notion space right now?
I'm in my Notion. I'm just grabbing you the link, and I will post this in our Skype. This is like so weird. I'm like, where's the Skype chat to be able to send this to you? Okay, here we go.
Can you just post a database in my? Oh, you just sent it to me. Okay. I'll allow it.
Let's see if we can figure this out. Easiest way to. I think because I'm not a member of your space, I can't like add it to your space, but I can give you the link, and then you have to duplicate it and add it to your space.
Okay, hold on. Let's pull up Skype, I guess. Hey, look at your pretty face. It's even bigger on my screen now. I don't have anything bad and
Click it.
Copy link. All right. Now where do I?
Open a new tab with the link, right? Yep. And enter.
It's taking its time. My computer's kind of grumpy right now. Oh my God, Maria, this is beautiful. Where do you get these little doohickeys?
Notion minimal icons. You can Google it, and yeah, they're free.
Fine.
So yeah, click duplicate.
Oh my God,
choose your space.
is that mint? Is that a mint plant?
I don't know.
Oh,
It was from Unsplash. I just typed plants. Yeah, top right, duplicate. So you got
my top right.
There you go.
Duplicate.
And then you gotta choose your workspace. Natalie's Notion.
Natalie's Notion. It's mine.
And then there's a houseplants database, and then you can update it with your houseplants. And yeah, because you can't have enough houseplants in your house.
It's true. You can't have enough houseplants in your house. Hey, do you remember you bought me a giant monstera?
Yes. How's it doing?
It's doing beautiful.
Yes.
And I took this, and I took a clipping of it, and I wasn't sure if it was going to live. And now look at this.
Yes, propagation.
Yes, and look, it's got 2 aerial roots coming in, and this little one, this is a new leaf. And I'm just like, I'm so thrilled. This is my little baby, and then I've got my giant baby over there. Thank you, my love.
Plants.
Okay, so I duplicated, and then to Natalie's Notion, and then what am I doing here?
Yeah, so you see it's in your private area at the bottom. Gardening dashboard.
Ooh, yeah. In a private area. It's my secret garden.
Oh my God.
Okay. Oh my God, this is wicked.
So it's taken a minute to load, but it's like just kind of a sample of how you might use it. And then there's a little table of contents at the top, so you can click on houseplants if you want, or delete anything that's not relevant, or you can move them around. But yeah, if you scroll.
Oh, it's your backyard.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, this is wicked cool. Thanks for that.
So yeah, you can fill out that houseplant database, take any notes of like, oh, propagation on this date or whatever. So if you ever want to remember when you did something, you can do that as well.
I will totally be playing around with that faux show.
Lorena was asking, I don't mean to monopolize, but since you're open to questions, Maria, I see you have a daily journal where you can write a story about the day. Can you share how to create a page or a view that will automatically grab each day's story about the day, thus creating a diary journal automatically? I'm not sure if I follow what you mean there. Yeah, I don't know, Lorena, if I follow exactly what you mean there, but I have fields where I can fill out like the wins of the day and the highlights. You could then create a view that only shows the day and that highlight, but there's no way to like pull from the body copy automatically in a view. You'd have to like open up your entry in order to be able to read it. So anyway.
Yeah, anyone else have questions? Like, let's Like for you, for me, for anyone, for Martin.
So maybe we can delete that, the get to work piece or whatever, because it's kind of a duplication of the top.
Sure beans.
And
Delete that. Delete. Do it.
yeah, you can make a gallery showing the page content. It'll only show you that top snippet, so you won't be able to see the full thing, but it would at least. But also, if you have an image in your page content, so then you won't see that written content, if that makes sense.
When I press delete here, is that going to delete the hydrating view?
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're. So, oh, you want to delete that view? Click on hydrating. Yeah, just click on hydrating and 3 dots beside that. You can delete that. Yep, and you can also delete the property. If you open up an entry, you can delete that specific view. And yeah, switch calendar back to past 7 days. There you go.
Wow, that makes me so happy.
Cool. So yeah, I think that, and then yeah, that get to work. I think you can delete that line there. Meal planning too, I might move. I would probably move that right below your gluten-free recipes. So they're kind of like the food stuff is together, the planning stuff is together, the feelings stuff is all together.
Yeah, for sure. I like the get to work because it's like, do it. Get to the chopper.
Oh my God. Okay, let me copy a link to this, and then let's link up your. Oops, there. So that's all linked.
Excellent.
Cool. And then you could always like put images in here or change the top image to be something inspirational or whatever. But this, I think, starts to get you a little more functional.
Looking as nice as yours.
It's a step in the right direction, right?
Rude.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, and then if you wanted to, you could pull in your video database, but to only show you items that were in progress or something like that. It kind of depends how much information, like maybe that's overwhelming to see all this on the dashboard. So it's really up to you kind of how much you want to see.
I think for now I like that it's separate, and then when I am a little bit more comfortable with everything, we can see about pulling it.
Yeah.
And also once I've generated some content and I'm actually using it, then we can go in and bring it into the dashboard. And maybe then we could also do the master task list.
Yeah. I'd love to see you like, using that journal and the weekly agenda over the coming weeks and like make sure you feel really comfortable applying templates, adding content, using it. And then I think once we get you like feeling really comfortable with that, then I think we can introduce the master task database.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, awesome. Is there anything else that we could do that would help you, or questions when you're like, okay, what do I do that week? What's next?
No, I'm pretty like for now this is really good because it's building on what I learned last time, and I can still go through the course and figure out like, the little things that I can.
Let's create another view for your gallery of feelings. Let's add a view.
A different view?
Where it says add a view on the left. Like hover over left hand.
Okay.
Yep, add a view. Let's do a table view and call this
table.
Yeah, just call it tracker. You can change the name after, but yeah, let's create this. Okay, and then I want to. Okay, let's hide all the properties except journal.
Properties except for journal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Right.
Because what I want you to be able to do is actually see how many times a feeling was used. How did I set this up in my page? I don't know if it's helpful for like long term, just out of curiosity, like, oh, how often did I use that? Let me see.
Well, we could maybe do that like once I get.
Once you have more entries added.
more entries and then more feeling.
Once you build up your feelings.
That's right.
Awesome.
I was using that wheel you sent me, Marie. So maybe in
The
the
feeling wheel?
notes of, oh yeah, the feeling wheel, because I was like, all of the feelings, and I can pick and choose because I did like, yeah, it helps me figure it out.
Awesome. Yeah, what I did was, if anyone's heard of that feelings wheel, I forget who, it was like designed by a therapist, but there's this idea that there's like complex feelings, but there's always a source. There's like six, anger, fear, sadness, surprise, joy, and love. So what I did is I added those categories to all of those feelings. And so now I can see, on a board view, I actually have a board view of all of those six feelings, and then I can see which emotions fall under which category and then how many times I've used each of them. So it's kind of a fun, like there's just a lot you can do once you're filling out that data and having fun with it, that you can see the information in different ways to pique your curiosity about yourself.
Oh, I love it. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, so we'll have some fun with it as you use it a bit more.
Yeah. All right. I'm going back to my
Mm-hmm.
view.
I do love your gallery view. Awesome.
This is amazing.
Yeah, so I'd love to hear, in the chat if there is a specific thing you'd like us to cover in the future. I do think task tracking would be a good one. I know we didn't really touch the gluten-free stuff other than to just kind of show a gallery view here, but we can always do that next time.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm happy with what we got done too here. So.
And then when you get your agenda, your next your school assignments and things like that, maybe we go back and then do the proper building of here's how to actually manage your schoolwork and kind of keep on top of all your assignments and all that stuff.
What definitely is going to be something I'm going to need, because I think like the weekly thing I think I've got figured out, but I think going into like scheduling and like this assignment and this, like I think that's going to be a little bit, because I don't even know how many classes I'm going to be in, but
Yeah.
could be up to 6 classes. So.
And we might decide to, depending on how comfortable you feel or what feels good for your brain, of pulling in some of your class data into your weekly agenda at the top. And it can be like, show me any assignments that are assigned within the next 7 days, right? So that even at a daily level or journal or agenda level, it's like, if you forget to click, it's always there. Like things don't fall through the cracks. So I think that might be one thing we can experiment with a little bit. So
absolutely. I love it.
awesome. Well, I think that's a good session for us today. Let me just pull you back here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so thanks for being a good sport, Nathalie. I think you're doing a great job of picking up Notion pretty quickly. So
I swear, I'm a swearer.
I thought there was supposed to be like a swear counter or something.
oh, I know. I need to figure that out next time. I had a little like emoji that would pop up every time Nathalie would swear, and it wasn't working. So next time I'll figure that out. Let's see if I can. Oh, there it is. Look, I did it. Say some swear word. Say a swear.
Fuck.
Yes, I did it.
Oh my god. How do you know like when to put it up? Like
when you say it, I just push the button.
Okay.
Sorry, folks. Totally missed out on that. I figured it out. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming and watching. I hope it was entertaining. I know Lirana and a few others were saying, yeah, project tracking for simple projects, task and habit tracking as well. Just to see if some people are trying to move away from their like phone apps and things like that, if they can start doing all of that in Notion. Yeah. So you'll have to let me know what you're planning on. Like, I know you don't really do a ton of that tracking stuff, but if there is stuff like blood sugar or exercise or things you're trying to do better, then let's build out those dashboards to try and like influence that behavior that you want.
I worry that I'll put in like an exercise tracker and that it'll just like never get filled out. That's my fear, because like I need to exercise, I need to go out and move, and I haven't enough. But I'm hoping that with my vlogging, I'll be able to I'll get out more so that I can change scenery. So maybe in a bit we'll see about the.
And if it's something that's important to you, I think that including like what is like one tiny action. It's not like go work out, which might feel really intimidating, but is it like take a walk around the block? Like, could it be one, like, leave the house, walk to the park, or something small
Yeah.
that you could do and just,
Something small, like leave the house, get out, go do something, like
and maybe
literally anything.
build that message into your daily journal too, to just a little message that says, don't forget to leave the house or something, right? There you go. Go for a walk. Leave the house. So yeah, thanks everybody for coming. It's fun to hang out with my sister and mess around in Notion. So I think we'll give Natalie some time to play around with it and use it a bit and get comfortable and familiar with it. And then maybe we dive in deeper on the task management side. So
Definitely.
yeah, a great comment
Thank
just came in
you
that
so much.
said, if you're not driven by trackers, don't bother with them. They just end up making you feel bad. And we definitely don't want to do that. So if it can just be more messages that pop up that's like, hey, don't forget to do this, versus like, how many times a week did you fail on this thing? I think that would be
Like
fun.
like Granny used to do in high school. Don't forget to eat. Don't forget to go to sleep.
Oh, thanks, Granny. I'll
Appreciate
remember
that.
that. Book recommendation popped up, Atomic Habits. That's a good one too. Don't know if you've read that, but that's a good one. Basically tricking your brain into building good habits. So
Okay, I could
you're like, I could get no, not gonna happen. Let's be honest.
hack the ADHD brain, right? Like that's what I'm trying to do, is try to hack things. Like, oh my god, my keys! I keep my keys on like a giant pink lanyard, and people make fun of me because I have this like giant clunky. I was like, hey, I don't lose
the
my
only
keys. I always
way.
have them, and I
That's
always.
not exactly.
Yeah, it is. I keep.
Where are my keys?
I sometimes do ask where my keys are, but I know how to find them because they're on a giant lanyard, and I keep them in my left
Less
coat
likely
pocket.
to miss. Exactly.
Right, exactly. In the wintertime, left coat pocket. In the summertime, they're on the floor under the table. But I'll get there.
Awesome.
I'm a work in progress.
Yes, you are. We all are.
Oh my God, Marie,
Well,
thank
keep
you
me
so much. This is
posted.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. This looks good.
Yeah, it's looking really good. I'm excited for you. So tinker away, have fun with it, keep me posted, and we'll do a session whenever you're ready for whatever the next build out is.
Can't wait.
Yay! Thanks everybody for coming. Yay!
Kitty.
Say bye to the
This is
kitty.
This is Willow's kitty.
Hi, Willow's kitty.
Her name is Lucy.
Bye, Lucy. We'll get Lucy onto Notion next time.
Nice.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.